Welcome to the Sleevieg Show. I'm the host with the most. My name is Gomez, and tonight, like every other night, we do have another special guest. She is good friends with Jen from Jerseygirl Travels, and we know how that show went. It was actually a good time. We laughed, and unfortunately, she is a Devils fan, and I'm a Rangers fan. But we have her BFF. Her name is not interesting, but it is fun. But she's got some great photography and she does fine art. I like to introduce Kristen Helfman. How you doing, Kristen?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, you're welcome. Well, it's been a couple of weeks. We were trying to set this up. I got sick. We both got sick. Everything was going on. Meetings
Oh
happened.
my God, yes.
But I
So
was
hard. With
it.
kids too, it's so hard to schedule anything.
It is. This is why we have calendar books, monthly planners, so I can plan ahead. It's so awesome to finally see you and meet you. We've been
You as
talking. I think
well.
we've been
I feel
talking
like
for a
I know you
while.
already because we've been chatting a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's,
Yeah.
the good part. Like here we are,
Yeah.
and we're going to get to know the legend of photography
Oh
here.
gosh, who even am I?
Oh, that well,
Oh my
you're
God.
somebody. You're doing something right because
Uh,
you're taking some awesome pictures,
Thank you.
and on top of it, great work headshots. Because how do I know? Because I saw Jen post up her headshot from you.
Oh yeah,
Jen is a gem. She is
she's the
funny.
best.
She is really cool. She is the best. She is also a Devils fan. I'm a
Ooh.
Rangers fan, so it was kind of hard to talk that night as we were and her hubby is a Rangers
Her
fan too.
husband is a Rangers fan,
So I
so they
said
just go back and forth.
so it just makes sense for me and her being
Um,
great friends now. And here we are, another great friend as we talk. And the question is, how did you get into photography is the best question to start with.
So I feel like I was always into it, but I started out like when I was really young, like elementary to middle school.
Oh, wow.
I mostly did visual arts. Like I drew a lot. I painted. I went to like um all these watercolor classes and stuff like that. And then towards like my I want to say my sophomore year into maybe junior year of high school, I kind of shifted into photography because I got like my first point and shoot camera, like this little thing with the slidey screen. Like it was this dinky little thing, but I was so excited and I loved it so much. And I like remember the day I got it, I ran around the neighborhood just taking pictures of everything. This was like 2005, 2006. So doing those artsy like nature
Yeah.
shots and like, back in the day. Um and after that, I started doing like I set up like a fake studio in my closet in my
Nice.
bedroom. Um and I put like lights in there and I tried to make it cool to practice with like self portraits and stuff. And then I would have my friends come over and like model for me and like just amateur stuff, but just fun, like getting the feel for working with other people, getting the
Mhm.
feel for how it felt to be in front of the camera too. So that was a couple years down the line before I started to take actual clients, like friends and family. And then they would refer me to other people. And then we kind of grew from there. And I'd been doing that since 2014. And I think
Okay.
I went to college for it as well. That was my major in college. And then
Okay.
professionally, I started in like 2014.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, you have taken some beautiful shots I've seen on your Instagram and the website. You know what I mean? It is, when you see someone who has a good eye for photography, you're definitely one of them.
Thank
Um,
you.
I only
That
know
means a lot.
I only know a few handfuls of photographers,
Mm.
and seeing your work, it's really impressive because here I am, I'm looking on the website right now, how you capture somebody in even the flowers and everything, you just do it so gracefully. Actually, it's the best way I could
Oh,
say it.
thank you.
I mean, as I'm looking at some of the pictures, and include you, some include some other people, but you catch it like in the moment, like you catch it at the right time. Actually, one of my favorites right now, and I'll show people around. Well, I don't know if I'll show it, but if you see it, you know what, folks, I'm gonna have to do this. You'll get to see my
Oh
you
my
get to see
God.
my really bad background. So please, I'm a Rangers fan, as you could see, but I'm also a Giants fan.
And there's
But
Iron Man over there too, I
oh
think.
yeah, I'm a Lego nut too. Iron Man's a little bit over there.
There he is.
So yes, I am a Lego nut too. But one of my favorites is this one right here.
Oh, that was a good day. Oh my gosh, I remember that shoot.
And I mean, it looks like you just caught it at the right time. Like
Thank yeah.
it's just one of those pictures. Like she looks like she heard something, or she saw something and it caught her eye, and you just caught
Yeah.
that perfect image. You really can't tell people to do that.
Yeah, I loved one of the things I do to get those moments is I just keep shooting. Like I fire away,
Mhm.
because it's the in between shots that are usually the better ones than when you're telling someone, okay, do this or sit here and look there. It's the moment, it's like the second where they are unaware
Mhm.
and they like look a different way or they just breathe differently and that's the shot.
And it's like the perfect shot.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've known a few photographers. Actually, my wife became good friends with our wedding photographer from a few years, no, almost 9 years ago. Actually, I got married.
Oh,
Uh, 9 years and counting is the best way I could say it. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah.
we're blessed and we're happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see that people they just catch it correctly, and I feel like you have that feel, like you just snap it at the right time, and that's
Yeah.
that's hard. That's hard for anybody.
It's very hard. And, even with like as it goes on, as the years go on and I continue to get more comfortable, there's always like you always feel nervous like before any shoot, any
Mhm.
wedding, even though you could be like most professional in the world, you've done it a million times, but every single shoot is different.
Yeah.
And it's like the first time every time. Um so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I like to treat every single client and every single session like it is the first time because you can learn something new every time.
And that is true. I mean, like for me, you know, I'm recorded 41 episodes solo of my own show, and every time I get nervous, or
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
nerve-wracking.
it's nerve-wracking. But then when you're talking to people prior to the show, like you
Yeah,
and Jen,
yeah.
and I'll be honest with you, the very first one I got very, very scared, even though he is my best friend, Brian.
Mhm.
That's still scary. But I think the one that really scared was scary for me, and I was so nervous, and it was with Christina Bear, because she was my first New Jersey local celebrity.
Okay. Yeah, because you
And
don't know, like,
but it's
you
funny,
just
but
it's always nerves. It's all nerves.
it is nervous. But it was funny, just like you, I was so nervous to talk to her. I'm like, oh my god, like here's a woman who I watch,
Yeah.
and I kind of envy her because of what she's done.
Hmm.
She's a two-time Emmy Award winner, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm finally gonna get to talk to her. And like we talked on IG for a long time too.
Yeah.
And she, before we talk, like before we recorded, just like we did tonight, we talked a couple minutes to
Mhm.
just get a feel for each other. And she was, oh my god, this is so much fun, this is my very first podcast ever. I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is my very first celebrity in my own show podcast
Yeah, it
ever.
was like a first for both of you.
Yeah, so it was really cool, and she's awesome. I've talked to her so many times. I was watching the VMAs. I go, I see you. She started cracking up. What am I doing? I'm like, you're waving at me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I was blessed to talk to Cara DeFalco.
I know Kara. I love Kara.
She
She
is
is
awesome.
actually, yeah, she's really. I took a couple pictures for her back in the day when she had the Kara's Cucina
Yeah,
show.
she still has the show.
Yeah, she
It's very
does.
She still does. She's doing very well.
Okay.
I actually, and it was kind of funny how I found Jen was watching onj.com with Kara and Christina talking to
Yes.
Jen. So
Yeah.
that's how I found Jen actually. And I was like, wow, I really want to talk to her because she's done some awesome travels, and
Hmm.
she's eaten some good foods like I have. So it's just like, I want to talk to her too.
Yeah.
And just like as I was introduced seeing your pictures, like she's got an eye that
Hmm.
just it's it's not trained, it's just perfect. Like you have
Hmm.
that eye to see the little
Yeah.
details and catch the moment.
Yeah.
And I was very, I actually got to hang out with Kara. We went out to one of my favorite restaurants in Caldwell, Suburb, Peru.
Hmm. I've
um
never been.
It's a Peruvian restaurant in Caldwell. It's the owner and the chef is a good friend of mine. She was actually in my episode. She was actually my second episode that I ever did on the Sleevieg show. So, and I'm like, I always hype her up, but she's also a good friend. But her food is so good, though.
It really is.
It's amazing what she's putting out. I just was there 2 weeks ago, and when this airs in mid-October, probably it'll be 4 weeks from then, 6 weeks from then. They had was called panchada de carne, which is three different meats. It
Mm.
was grilled skirt steak. It's it, grilled skirt steak. I can never get that
Say it
right.
3 times fast.
Yeah, I can't. Grilled chicken and chorizos.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
I am such a steak person. You like just anywhere, anything, steak, give it to me. Like I love
same
it.
here. Same here. I love steaks. I love
Yeah.
eating steaks. I am a steak connoisseur. I
Mm.
feel like there's a spot if you like steaks and you don't mind driving, go to East Rutherford, Steve's Sizzling Steaks.
I will go. I will
It
drive to
is
the ends of the earth for a
it
good
is a
steak.
dive. I'll be honest with you, it's a dive. Okay. It
You
is
usually
your
have the best food though, honestly.
it's not even pub food. This is sizzling steaks.
Mm.
Okay, with it's called Maggie sauce. So it's a soy sauce dipped in there with a sizzling tray that comes out and French fries, onion rings, mushrooms, whatever you want. Yeah, my mouth is watering for
I'm
it right now.
hungry.
It's so good. And as I do my movie referral of Ferris Bueller, it's so choice. I highly recommend it. I love that movie. I love Ferris Bueller. It's one of my
Oh,
favorite
it's been a
movies.
minute since I've watched it.
Oh, I am
It's
a
time. It's time.
I
It's a
am in
classic.
it is. I'm an 80s kind of kid. I grew up in
Yeah.
I was born in 79.
Mm.
So all the 80 movies references I could do nonstop and 90s too, actually, and somewhat 2000s and now. I am a huge movie guy. I love my movies. I love my video games, but also I love what I do here on my show
Yeah.
because you get to talk
You
to
got the
new.
personality for it too.
I
So
appreciate that. You heard that, folks. Again, I usually don't get this on recording, but I did now.
yeah,
But
it's
I like.
hard. It's really hard to do stuff like this. So you really are natural.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I was told that actually by a lot of people, and that makes me
Mhm.
feel really good because,
Yeah.
especially when I have musicians who I don't know much about, and we start talking, I'm like, wow, and I get like cool stuff. I don't ask for anything because it's not my position. I don't like to do that. If they want to send me something great,
Mhm.
um, I actually am releasing a couple of people soon, music wise. And I just actually had a heartfelt one that's doing very well with my buddy Kevin. He was had a lot of drug use, broke his back and all that stuff. And let me tell you, the kid is doing. I shouldn't even call him a kid because I hate saying that now. The young man, the adult now of him, he's doing so well. Like he's running every day. He runs. He
Oh,
does positive messages. He's such a great guy, and I'm so happy for what I'm not happy what happened to him, but I'm happy that he saw the light and fixed it.
mhm.
And that's rare. And actually, I have another person that's his show will be released on around October. I think right after yours. I think it is before yours. Um, Clean and sober for a year,
Wow.
and that's another like when I mean you drop the mic. What he told me,
Yeah.
I literally could have dropped my mic from what he said to me of what his choice of drug was. It's amazing what things happen, and and I see you're now. First of all, I want to say congratulations of being a new mama.
Oh, thank you. It's
Six.
National Daughters Day apparently, so I was like over the moon about it. I was like,
Yes, today
yeah.
is National Daughters Day. Why? How do I know? Because Sleevieg does have two little sleeveless cheese at
Oh,
home.
oh my God.
I do have my lovely daughter who is turning
Yeah.
7 in October,
Yeah.
and I just had my son turn 2 in August. 3. Sorry. Ooh, sorry, Anthony.
The days just keep going by. Like you just lose all track of time. It's
You do.
insane.
It's amazing. My daughter was born before COVID ever hit.
Mm.
So she's a little bit wiser among her years because all she's done when she was a kid was hang out with adults. adult conversations, adult problems, hanging out with adults. She's 6 going on 30.
Yeah.
And she has this little sassiness now she's on the competition team. She's got this sassiness. I swear, if I ever need someone to take a picture, I think it would you have to do it, because I think you'll capture her
Yes,
sassiness.
please. Oh my God, I love shooting kids. Like they are the best subjects because they don't have to try.
No,
It's just so natural.
she's
They're the
she's
best.
she has we had someone take a lot of her pictures growing up, and we haven't done it in the last couple of years because A, it's getting a little pricey, and B, we've just used our
Mhm.
camera phones the last couple of years because of COVID
Sure.
and everything. Now that's the other thing. Now talking about, I know we got off track a little bit, but this is now
That's
the
fine.
next thing.
That's what happens. Like you just go with the flow,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I do here. I go with the flow. Now the question is, COVID happens now.
Mhm.
Weddings, engagement parties, birthday parties, private shoots, they all stop for, let's just say like a solid year. It all stops. How does that? Not how did it really affect you for that first year of COVID?
So funny. COVID actually changed my whole life and it made my business what it is. So
Okay.
I was working at B&H Photo in the city,
Okay.
um, for about 6 years. And in 2020, I left there. I was kind of forced to leave the whole thing, like COVID and
Hmm.
working in office and all that, whatever. So I decided to quit. And
Respectfully, I get
after
that.
after like it was a long time coming. So I quit there and decided to just dive headfirst into my business. I started my LLC officially. Like I had been operating obviously professionally the whole
Hmm.
time, but I never sat down and did like the business side of
The
things.
business, yeah.
So I'm like, this is like I can use this to adapt or I could fall apart.
Hmm.
I could quit my job and cry about it, or I could do something and actually go headfirst and make my business.
Right.
So I did that. I started my LLC. I dumped every cent I had saved into this business.
Hmm.
Um, and yes, it was slow for a while, but all that time off in quotes
Right.
gave me I had all the time in the world, um, to sit down and study how to really make this a reality. Um, And so I used that whole year, I think it was the whole year, to just grow. And I took a couple free, like the LinkedIn marketing courses and
Hmm.
I did everything I was avoiding doing because I was afraid to do it. And now I had no excuse because I had all the time to do it. So I did it. And then things started to slowly snowball. Like anything, like any small business, really, it comes and goes, it
Hmm.
ebbs and flows with business. But 2021, things started to pick up again. Time is like just nothing in my brain right now, like the
I
years
get
are
it.
just flowing by. But yeah, so 2021 I kind of really got into it and I established myself, and then I took on more weddings. Like I took on more big projects that I was always afraid to really do, um, and here I am, I guess. uh,
Doing
it's
very
every
well.
year. I'm not like insanely successful, but I every year I do better than I did the year before, and I think that is success, whether or not you're making like $1 million or like, $100. Like it doesn't really matter about money. What matters is you as your business are improving slowly each
Hmm.
year, and that's all I can really ask for right now.
I
So
mean, I totally get it, because with me starting this venture on my own,
yeah.
I have I did not put high expectations
Mhm.
for myself. The expectations was, if I can get 500 downloads by the end of the year
Mhm.
and at least 50 subscribers at the end of the year, I felt like I accomplished something. Well,
Mhm.
and like I follow my numbers, I do, to see how I'm doing and all that stuff. As of today's date, I have 738 downloads
That's amazing.
238 downloads over my achievement number.
That's see, it's amazing because you go into it so scared and you don't think anyone's gonna care, anyone's gonna do anything, and it
It's
it's so
amazing.
encouraging when it really happens.
Oh wow, I got a new subscriber. So now I just look at my YouTube. My goal is 50. I got
Mhm.
56 now.
Good for you.
So for me to do what I'm doing, and I've met some awesome people, not just like,
Yeah.
the wonderful New Jersey local celebrities that I've talked to,
Yeah.
but I've met Jen. I've
Yeah.
met you. I've met Ryan from Next Level Customs, who custom designed my Air Force Ones for me for the Sleepy G show.
Oh my god.
They're
That's so cool.
amazing. It is. I've talked to Chef Jesse Jones, who's been on ABC, NBC,
Yeah.
WPIX, News 12 with Cara DeFalco.
Mm-hmm.
Cara DeFalco, hanging out with her and having dinner with her was really cool because I got to pick her brain a little bit about foodies and all that. All these awesome guests that I've had, it's been truly amazing. And I feel like I've been blessed. Like you said, there's days where I'm like, holy Christ, I got too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's days like, oh, well, I don't got much, here I am. I'm struggling a little bit, but it's not that I'm not trying. It's hard to find. You're trying to find interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's the not just food and video games and music and sports. It's about life too.
Yeah. It's
It's
about the connections you're making. Like I
yes,
feel like once you make that connection, everything kind of flows naturally after that.
yeah. And I mean, I've been blessed with a few guests that have been really great connections and
Mm-hmm.
became good friend connections, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's how I take it because
And that's so much more valuable at the end of the day, you know.
actually I met the Taylor ham guy.
Oh my
Uh
God.
I actually got to
Don't
meet
let my
him.
husband hear you. He is a pork roll guy.
Okay, well, I won't say it
When
around him.
he and Jen go at it with the Taylor ham and the pork roll, it's so funny. Oh my
Well,
God.
there is a gentleman who is Team Taylor, New Jersey. It's all
Okay,
about
yeah. I've seen
t-
I've seen him.
I actually got to meet him.
Hmm.
Awesome guy. He did a huge thing at Pescarella Brothers in Chatham because they actually had one of the better Taylor ham, mac and cheese around in a roll.
Mm.
And I got to hang out with him for a couple minutes. I got to talk to him. I actually had my Sleevey G get up, and he goes, "I know the patch. I've talked to you a couple of times." Like, yes, you have. So for me, it's like, how can I say, a stamp of approval?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, if I
Yeah.
see your logo, I'm like, oh, I know, Kristen, you got a
Yeah.
great girl. Don't worry about it. You're
Yeah.
good. You know what I mean? And
Everything is word of mouth these days. Like you meet one person and
mhm.
then it just snowballs from there depending on
I mean,
who they talk to.
meeting some of the ladies that I actually talked to and have still talked to, uh, Kara, Christina. I actually have another young lady. She was on my show, Karen. She's a social media expert, and
Mm.
I'm still in touch with them because their expertise is more valuable. But actually, their friendship became more valuable too than than anything else to me. And would I love to have Kevin Smith and the whole Clerks
Yeah.
crew on this show? Yes. Listen, that's like a dream.
Oh my God. Did you
You
go
know,
to the movies pop-up when it was
no,
around?
no, I did
Oh,
not go. I did not go. I didn't even know there was one because,
this was
like,
like a while back, a few
yeah,
years ago.
a few years ago. The problem is when you're married with two kids
Yeah.
and a kid,
Yeah.
your life is very difficult. I tried
Mm.
to go golfing for the first time this season, and what happens? Thank you, rain, for ruining my
Oh my
weekend.
God, the rain has ruined this whole summer.
The rain. I finally get to golf. I finally got permission. I
You're like,
finally.
finally a day for me. And then it's like the sky opens up.
God, I was so upset, and
Oh,
it's like the one time I can get to go and enjoy me, but that's okay. I still got to enjoy hanging out with my wife, driving her
mhm.
around in the pouring rain, and
Make the
I
best
can't
of it.
complain. Make the best of it because one thing I've learned: life is very, very short.
Yeah.
Um, I learned that the hard way, and I learned that the easy way.
Mhm.
Hard way is losing my dad at a young age at 21,
Oh my God.
right in my partying phase. So one thing I've learned is hold tight to everybody because you just
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm
And
so sorry to hear that. I
uh,
would crumble. That's wow.
ooh, you could say I went in a bad hole. I was drinking.
Of course.
I was drinking heavily.
Hmm.
Um, didn't really go into the drugs. I didn't go that part,
Hmm.
but choice of drink with Jack and Cokes, Jack Daniels, tall boys, like big glasses that are triple the size, and just didn't care. Just kept drinking. And then I met, well, at that time, where she became a girlfriend. Thank God for Match.com.
Oh.
Yes, it actually worked. And it's just one of those things. I got very
Yeah.
lucky. And
Yeah.
here I am together almost 11 years and married for 9. 2 good kids in a stable home. Can't ask for a better thing.
Anything can turn around. Like no matter what your situation, you can always turn it around.
Yeah.
With the
I
right
mean,
people, the right support, you know.
everything works great.
Yeah.
I mean, he is coming up 18, 19 years later
Mm.
in November, but thanks to the family,
Yeah.
I celebrate it and more embrace it, and then thank God for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that's one thing. This is why I keep doing what I do here, because I love what I do. This is my hobby. Could it turn into something big? I hope one day someone catches it and says, I really like his idea.
Yeah.
It's unedited, it's unraw. It's like Howard Stern, but a little bit cleaner. I don't have all those kind of connections he does,
Yeah.
Uh,
But you know what? He had to start from somewhere too. Everyone starts from somewhere.
yeah, he snapped, and it worked for him.
Oh
If anybody's seen the movie Private Parts, he snapped during a show and ended up working out for him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But and that's the thing. You know what I mean? When I look at everything that's going on, we're just thankful. Like you have a successful photography business with fine art too,
Yeah.
and your husband's is successful too. My wife is very successful, so am I, and putting the effort that I put into this show is like it pays dividends.
Mm.
You know, am I
It
gonna get
brings you
every?
joy. That's all that matters too. Like if if you're making all the money in the world and you're not happy, what is it worth?
It's that's the
Right.
right. Can you put a price tag?
No.
The price tag on happiness is the best way to say it.
No.
You can't, because I could tell you people who have millions and $1 million could say, "Oh, I'm super happy," but at home they're like, "Oh God, this sucks. Where do I spend my money?"
Yeah. Like, would it be nice to win the lottery? Obviously, like, yes, that would be fantastic. That would help us out so much. But
I
like,
agree.
you know what? I'm literally living my dream. Like, I have to sometimes stop and think, like, even though I'm not where I thought I would be in terms of my photography at
Mhm.
this point in my life, I'm still doing it. And that's something, right? Like,
It's something because it's your dream,
it's
and
my
you're.
dream and I'm living my dream, whether the level of that dream could change, but
Mhm,
it's still there. And like I have this written down in my on my website in my like little spiel.
mhm.
I really never have to work a day in my life because I love what I do.
And
And
that's
I can only wish that for everybody. I like life is too short, so you should just be doing what you love. Like fuck everything else.
exactly, and that's the true shit of it. Some of it that people don't realize it. Enjoy what you have. You have that
Yeah.
one that you love, hold
Mhm.
on to them. You got your kids, which you now know how it is, mom.
Yeah.
Um, especially
And
six
that
month old.
changes everything too. Oh my God,
Oh,
that changes everything.
well, now that I have a daughter, trust me, it changes a whole lot because I'm afraid when she gets older. Ugh, caramba. That's all I have to say is
I
oy
know.
vey and I
I'm already
caramba.
stressing about it, and she's like, not even a year yet. I'm like, calm down. Like, just take it
Can I
day by
just
day.
the only advice I'll give you right now for the first year, year and a half, enjoy
Mm,
it.
yeah,
Because once they start learning how to talk and crawl, you ain't catching them.
I know.
I'm still trying to catch both of my kids to this day. and I got a 7 and a 3-year-old.
Oh,
And but they mean the world to me. And it's funny because my daughter wants to come on the show.
oh my God, you should have
Oh, she's
you
been
should have
on.
like a kids day.
Oh, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring her for Christmas. So I'm
You
gonna
should
do
have
the.
her like interview someone.
Oh, she couldn't do it. But I want her to come on because she loves Christmas, and I actually have the
Oh.
right person. So for Christmas week, this is going to be a special one for her, because she's a truly amazing little girl. She cracks me up. I mean, she is smart like her mom,
Mhm.
but she's a hustler like her dad.
Perfect. Perfect combo.
Oh, that's a scary combo for her age. She's already tried with me. I go, sweetie, just so you know, Daddy wrote the book. She goes, what do you mean, Dad? You know how you're being sassy? She goes, yeah. Well, who do you think wrote the book? Not Mom. It was Dad. No. She goes, oh, so you're sassy pants? I go, let's say I was something else, but yes, I had. There's a male version, but I'm not saying the name of the male version of sassy pants
Oh my God. Sassy pants.
because she's got this little move. She's now in dance competition. She's doing this. It's kind of funny. She's doing this shake, and I'm just looking at her, and she's tall for her age.
Mm.
She looks like she's in third grade, but she's not. She's only in first. And she just has this little hip waving attitude. And I'm just like, yeah, you're just like your mother. You know what to do, you know how to do it. And I always tell her, just do me a favor. She goes, Dad, I love you so much. I want to be like you. I go, no, don't be like that. Be someone more important than dad.
Oh, that's so nice though.
I want her to be, you know, it was very mature at an age of 6 when she goes, Dad, I don't like softball. It's not for me.
Mhm.
I said, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. If you're not happy, then we're not going to do it. She's
Yep.
flat out told me, I said, you know what? No problem.
Mhm. You
You
tried
got,
it. You're not into it. Pick something
you
else.
love dance. I get you. I was trying to get you out of dance mode, but oh, God, only if you knew. Just waiting if your daughter decides
Oh
to do
God.
dance.
Oh, we will. Hopefully, she'll be some form of a musician. We're gonna put her in the School of Rock when she's 3. I think 3 is when you can submit, and
Yeah,
it's like
probably. I
once
think
a
so.
week. So
So she'll love it.
yeah.
But, and that's the thing, like, photography and doing what I do is almost like an art.
Mm-hmm.
You have that keen eye for the pictures and the drawings and painting and all that. That takes a skill that no a lot of people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
I love arts. I always did, but I had to be the worst drawer ever. I couldn't draw for diddly squat, to be honest with you. If I'm lucky, if I
I
draw it,
haven't drawn in so long. Like if I picked up a pen right now, I probably would. It would not look good, but
I
it's
bet you
just.
if you picked up a pen and we said make a tree, you would do better than me. I couldn't draw for diddly squat, but I always loved the way art was made.
Mm-hmm. I
Actually,
appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah, and actually, I had an artist, Martin Dull, was on my show. He does a lot of New York stuff, and he's just an artist, and he expresses himself, and it's just a fine. It's such a great thing to see, like people like you and him, even Jen, what she's doing too. You know what I mean? Working and traveling all the time. Um, but she has so much fun with, like you do with your job,
Yeah.
like I am. This is not my job. This is my fun time.
It's a creative outlet, and
Yeah,
it's really
and
important. Yeah.
and I have a ton of fun, as you can see. Told you it was fun.
It is fun. It's the best part of my day.
And you were worried.
Uh, I'm just awkward.
No, you're not. You're perfectly fine. Come
I'm
on.
so awkward.
You're not awkward. Come on, we're having
Uh,
fun. And
we are having fun.
you didn't even realize we're even recording.
Best Monday ever.
There you go. And I got Tuesday and I got reading with pause tomorrow with my daughter. So yeah, it's for her school. So they always do this every year, but now they're trying to do it every month. I'm like, all right, so mom will go next month. I'll stay with Anthony.
Mm.
It's fine. It's the only time I really get to spend when I can as much as I can with her.
Yeah.
It's because I work so much.
Hmm.
That's what I don't want her to do when she gets older. I want her to be successful and do what she thinks is right. I just said, don't become a politician.
God, no.
Exactly. Thank you.
Too much.
It is too much.
Oh.
But, you know, one thing I will say though, seeing the pictures that you have is just truly amazing. And, how quickly now, even though I know we're getting close to the end of the year, like, what are some of the big events that you have coming up soon? Or do you have anything planned for October, November, December?
I've got a I've got a wedding in October and a couple family sessions in the next few weeks. I have some other session booked where I'm doing like staff headshots and like um interior design stuff for a local business here.
Okay.
And I'm still getting some emails now. Like I know it's towards the end of the year, but like now is the time where most people kind of come out of their caves and they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh crap, the holidays." And so, I'll get more of a trickle in my inbox for people who are interested in like family stuff or like holiday stuff.
Family
But
shoots.
overall, I have like two more weddings, three more weddings, I think, this year, and the
Wow.
rest, and then it doesn't start again until I think March is my next wedding.
Okay, so now with weddings, I always notice, depending on the size, are you by yourself or do you have a partner that works with you?
I have
Besides Jen crashing with you.
Oh my God, yes, our secret, super secret wedding crashing business.
Yes.
Uh,
I couldn't
um,
resist. I had to say that one because it was just so funny seeing that.
for the small fee of letting us eat your cocktail hour food, we will crash your wedding. Um, I have a couple packages. It really depends on the size of your wedding.
Mhm.
And usually I like to take an assistant or a second shooter if it's more than like 100 guests.
Okay.
Just because it's better to have, different points of view and somebody
Mhm.
else covering certain areas while I can do something else. But for the most part, it's just me. Um, I can do like an 8 hour day by myself. I mean, I'm dead by the end of it, but
I was about to say,
I do it, and you gotta you gotta hustle.
you gotta
Um,
hustle. Put a little hustle behind the
yeah,
muscle.
yeah. So 90% of the time it's just me, but if it's
Okay.
like a huge wedding, like 150 plus, I have someone with me.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
and
always curious.
yeah, I know a couple other photographers too, and I've worked with them too as a second shooter, so it's
Mhm.
nice to have like a nice little network of people. So if I
That-
need someone, I can be like, hey, can you shoot this wedding with me?
Please, if
So
there's free food.
there's food. Oh, food is the best part of the wedding. Oh my God.
I know. I had mine at Crystal Plaza and
I don't think I've been to that venue.
uh,
Where, what,
Livingston.
okay.
And it was kind of funny. My wife found it. She went to, I want to say it was El Tulipano was one she wanted to look at. And she saw the Crystal Plaza. And one thing she liked about the Crystal Plaza, it was just us alone in that place. No
Mm,
other weddings, no other venue. It's just
yeah.
our wedding. And I'll tell you, the people there were top notch. The only thing that was funny is that, some places say, hey, try the food, make sure you like it, and do your food tasting. They didn't do a food tasting.
No?
No, this is what they always said. Our reviews is what makes us the best. The food is excellent. You don't have to worry. So me and Laura, like,
Okay.
me and my wife were like,
I'd be like,
okay. So when we were talking to other people about our wedding venue, like, oh my God, the food's to die for. I was like, okay, so that's a good thing. Everyone's talking very high. Let me tell you, we got there. The
yeah.
cocktail, that cocktail hour and a half was unbelievable. We had grilled cheese stations, seafood,
Yes.
pasta, pizza. I don't even remember what else was there. It was all because we were upstairs for like a half an hour ourselves eating because we just didn't want to get like hammered. And it was I have to say one of the best weddings me being involved in, but just the overall having fun with the whole wedding was pretty good. I've been in a few weddings and it's kind of fun. Like I think the biggest wedding I've ever been to was at the Venetian in Garfield.
Okay. Never been
That
there either.
that place is so huge. You could have four weddings in that one venue.
See, that would stress me though. Like we had our wedding at the Mill in Spring Lake,
Okay.
and it was just like one wedding at a time. And
Hmm.
like, I feel like anywhere else, like if it's more than one, your guests are gonna get confused. Like you're gonna
Oh,
cause like it's I don't know how they do it.
I started crashing weddings to
You
see
just
what
bounce around.
I was bouncing from. I was in the wedding party in the one and the biggest room.
Oh my
And I
God.
said, "Wait a minute, there's two other weddings here." They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, I go, "You know what I'm thinking, right?" And they're like,
Like,
"You're not doing what I think you're doing." Oh yeah, I'm going wedding bouncing here. I'm going to crash someone else's wedding.
how are they gonna know?
Well, I kind of stood up like a sore thumb. I was wearing a tuxedo with a red vest because it was during Christmas time. So I did stick out, and I said, "Oh yeah, I was coming from a funeral, making up some kind of bull line, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, like, it was so much fun crashing other people's weddings, even though
So fun.
it's fun in a case when you're able to get two more weddings and you're at the venue you're at, and you can see other food being served. I actually remember the one married couple came to our wedding venue, not my personal, but the venue at the Venetian, because we had the biggest room. It's like over 300 people between both families, and Italian family, and I want to say 80% was all Italian, the rest was all Polish, and a couple of other people, but
Mhm.
they had the one room was the dessert area, and they opened up the doors like with an automatic thing, and you see flames being thrown up, and we're like, what the hell?
Mind
They
blown.
mind blown. They had a live band playing Castles in the Sky. And I'm like, wait a minute, is that Castles in the Sky by this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, but shouldn't there be a DJ? That's a live band. They're wow, really good.
Mm.
So those are the fun things. It's kind of fun. My wife and I go, we gotta find someone to get married at the Crystal Plaza. We got to enjoy our food, our dinner. We didn't get to enjoy dessert because that's when everyone was about to leave. I'm like, can you guys give us 20 more minutes?
I know. Yeah, I feel like no one gets to enjoy the dessert at their own wedding, like,
We
because they're
didn't.
just too busy.
We enjoyed the cake. We got to enjoy our cake. That was
Mhm.
good. But the funny thing is, we they said they gave us the desserts, so we're so like pumped. We're at the hotel, and I'm like, I'm so can't wait to dig in. Me and her, we were looking forward to eating desserts. I open up the first dish, and I'm like, oh, mashed potatoes. The next one, ah, some kind of vegetable, carrots, I think it was. That's not it. I go, this is the big one. It's nice and cool. It's all the filet mignons.
No, you didn't get dessert.
I didn't get dessert, but I'll tell you, man, we were so hungry. Filet mignons at that time at night was really good.
Oh my God. We had a hangover prevention station at the exit of our wedding. It was
Yes.
a pork roll, egg and cheese sandwiches and
I
Zeppelis.
am.
Taylor ham. Sorry. Taylor ham, egg and cheese.
Your husband's not there. We'll keep that
He's
on the
not
hush
here.
hush. He'll probably watch
Oh,
this episode going, it's pork roll.
it's pork. I don't know what that is. I'll like say Taylor ham. He'll be like, I'm sorry. What is that? I don't know what that is. Like,
Well,
can you calm down? It's not that serious.
it's the same thing. We all can
What,
agree.
listen, I am Switzerland. I don't care. Whatever's on the menu, I will order it as it is. I
Oh, no,
don't
no, no.
care.
I'm North Jersey. When I go down to like Wildwood, when I go down for vacation down there, that's the first thing I go. Taylor ham, egg and cheese, are like pork roll. I'm like Taylor ham, pork roll, Taylor ham.
Oh my God.
I'm that guy.
I'm just like, feed me. I don't care.
Pork roll, Taylor ham. They're like, can you say it right? I'm like, nope, Taylor ham,
Don't
because
give me satisfaction.
it's Taylor ham. It's Taylor ham. It'll always be Taylor ham. It will always be Taylor ham for me.
Would you
Not,
rather root for the Rangers? Wait, you are a Ranger. You're a Devils fan.
no,
Would you
I'm a
rather
Rangers fan,
you're a Rangers fan?
big time.
Okay, so would you rather root for the Devils or call it pork roll?
I'd rather root for the Devils.
I'm gonna ask Jen the same question.
I'll she'll tell her root for the Rangers or call her pork roll
Yeah.
because she's a Devils fan. So
Yes.
she has to. You have
Yeah.
to go the opposite with her.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
I will root for the Devils and never call it a pork roll.
Oh my God.
I have North Jersey standards. Now that New Jersey has a Central Jersey, now that's been committed by our lovely governor.
Yes.
I still say there's no Central Jersey. Either you're
I
north
think
or
there is.
south.
I'm sorry. I'm from Ford's, like
Okay.
Woodbridge Township. So I mean it's pretty much stuck right in the middle.
You're North Jersey.
It is
You're
because
North
past
Jersey.
like Union County, I feel like that's north. And then I'd say, I don't know, maybe past Freehold is South Jersey.
I
It's
think
really
Freehold.
hard. It's hard to,
Anything below Trenton below is South Jersey to me.
yeah,
Anything Trenton above is North Jersey.
that's fair.
That's how I look at
Okay,
it.
fine.
I
Fine, fine,
split this.
fine.
I split the state in half. So anybody below is Eagles fans. Everybody else is either Jets or Giants fans, and you have your few loose Cowboy fans in New Jersey too.
It just hurts my brain. I don't care that hard.
As long as you eat, as long as you're eating, you're fine.
As long as I'm eating, feed me good food.
That's the best way of doing it. Oh my god. Well, I gotta say, Chris, it's been a hell of a conversation today. I gotta admit, this was a good time.
This was a good time.
It was a lot of fun, and you're always welcome back to the show. I really should get
Thank
you and
you.
I really should get you and Jen on the show at the same time.
Oh my God, that would be the most hilarious show. It would get all the views. We are
Uh,
ridiculous. We are just unwell together. It's so funny.
I could just sit back and just listen to you two go at each other.
Oh my God.
I would
Just give
actually.
us a topic and we'll go. We'll take it and run.
Oh, I'll say Taylor Hammond. I can't wait to see what that goes. Oh man, told you it was fun.
As soon as we hang up, I'm gonna text her and ask her the would you rather question. And
Would
I
you
will let
rather
you
be a
know what she said.
Would you rather be a Rangers fan or colored pork roll? I already know what she's gonna say. I hope she says what I think she did. I said the Devils, so uh, even though I'm not, I am from New Jersey.
I have a feeling she's gonna go with the
Rangers.
Rangers too, but we'll see.
We'll see. It might surprise. It might surprise you. You never know. And we will tell you the details once I find out, folks, in a few weeks. Until then, you're not gonna know.
On the edge of your seat.
Exactly. Kristen, it was a hell of a time tonight having you on the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. I always like to give the opportunity to let everybody know where can they find you and everything, so they can call you or IM you, DM you, whatever they call it these days.
My AIM screen name, no. My
AOL.
my website is kristenhelfman.com and I am Kristen Helfman on Instagram. Very easy. It's just my name. And that's where you can find me.
And if you book her soon, there's no deal. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say
No
there's
deals.
deals. No deals.
I will raise the price.
Just because you say Sleevieg, because I
Say
said
Sleevieg and pay an extra $2,000.
just kidding, folks. We're just kidding. We're just kidding. We're having fun. But no, she is excellent, guys. Please check her out. Her website is there's some amazing shots in there. Like I said, you'll see on the show. I already pointed out a few of them. She's got a great eye for detail. Again, Kristen, thank you for jumping on. I have to thank Jen too a little bit because she's the one who introduced me, telling me about you, and I followed you since then. And now I really should get both of you on the show because it would be for one, if anything, it would be one hell of a funny ass show. I will say that.
Next, I don't know what date it is, but whatever National Best Friends Day is, that should be the show.
Oh my God. It should be you two, actually. Yes, I think you're right.
So figure out what date that is, and then we'll film it like 2 months before.
Oh yeah, I will get that done because it'll be that would be a great show for both of you guys.
It would. It really would.
I would say that. So again, thank you so much, Kristen, for coming on.
This is great.
Oh no, I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And also, guys, as you can see, anybody, if you have your dreams, follow it because Kristen's a good point right here. She is following her dreams, and as I am too. So, guys, hit her up on Instagram. Instagram. Check her website out. Also, check out the video here. Hit that. See that button right there? It says subscribe on YouTube. Hit it.
Smash that subscribe button.
Thank you. It comes with words from her. And don't forget to check me out on Spotify, Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you find music, you'll find me anywhere. So check it out, guys. Thank you. And that's how I end my show. It's nothing but love, peace, and happiness. Good night, everybody.